Peace to the kings and the queens and the gods and the goddesses out there. We back today talking about our greatness, talking about our history, talking about what they hid from us, trying to validate enslaving us, reducing us to a degree of chattel slavery and property, right? Things that they hid from us. We got a great history as a people, right? We got so many black institutions and scholars and historians that have done the work to bring out who we really are as a people and what we have really accomplished, what we've really done and contributed to the world stage, right? Like I said, we are the energy. We provided all of this. We are the founders of these first civilizations. They know this. Their scholars are digging this up. Their archaeologists are digging this up, right? They know the human family migrated out of Africa. The first civilizations, the first peoples that started these civilizations of Sumeria, Persia, the Greeks, the Indian civilization, in Southeast Asia, Angkor Wat. All of these people were black people. They migrated out of Africa. They know this. In the Levant, in Israel, right? There is no competition of if Africans created writing. Even if writing was created in Sumeria by the Sumerians, those people migrated out of Africa. That's why they're related to the peoples of India. These same peoples, you could track their migration from the pottery that they left behind, how they buried themselves, their system of worship, right? There's tangible evidence. We left the archaeological record. We left the linguistic record. Can't hide this. That's why they have to come out with these different doctrines, and different people are fighting for what? Supremacy, trying to validate a feeling of supremacy through pseudosciences. But sorry, Africans have primacy. You're trying to fight for some supremacy, but Africans have documented primacy, right? You have to run to a mythology to try to feel like you're God's chosen people, but Africans literally have primacy. We don't need a mythology. We don't need a holy book from a specific land, praising a specific people of a specific land to make us feel special, like we are a chosen. We know we're chosen. We have primacy on every land, right? Sumeria, that's in Mesopotamia, that's Iraq, that's the Middle East. That was started by black African peoples. And those that deciphered the cuneiform and the Sumerian script and language are the ones saying this. So this isn't Afrocentrism or being biased. We're learning this from the European scholars, from those that have done the studies and have the training to decipher languages and scripts. And this is what they're saying. So come on. We're not lying about this. Started by these Dravidians, the people of Pakistan and India and Iran. These are those same peoples related to the Sumerians. And the Indian scholars are the ones saying that these peoples migrated out of Nubia, East Africa specifically the Nile Valley. So that's what the ancient model was. These first archaeologists and historians knew that these Africans, these East Africans, these Mandi-speaking peoples founded these early civilizations. All the way in Greece. When they dig up the archaeological evidence, they're finding that the first inhabitants of Greece were Africans. Right? All the way through India to Southeast Asia. Right? The people that built Angkor Wat, people of Thailand, Vietnam, Laos. the Khmer people. So reason why you have Kemet and Kush in the Nile Valley, and in the east you have the Hindu Kush and Khmer, because these peoples migrated, brought the technology. That's why you find pyramids all over the place. These ain't ancient aliens. So why all of these civilizations are founded on river valleys. The first civilization in the Nile Valley was founded on a river valley. In Mesopotamia means land between the two rivers. That's where Sumeria was founded. The first civilization in India, Mohenjo-Daro and Harappa, those were founded on the Ganges River. This is river valley technology, right? The first civilization in the Americas, the Olmecs, who migrated out of Africa to the Americas, that was founded on a river valley, right? These people are having the same cultural practices, the same spiritual system. They worship cattle and the serpent from the Olmecs worship the feathered serpent. In the Nile Valley, they worship the serpent. And all the way, those Dravidians all the way into India worship the serpent, the Nagas. Krishna is depicted with cobras over his head. Those snake charmers, those cobra snake charmers blowing the whistle, right? The same cult system, same spiritual belief. These are spiritual motifs. It represented their belief of the spirituality of the world and the universe and how it relates to them. So you find a unified culture. And this is what the scholars are bringing out. This is what has to be hidden through archaeological racism, right? China's first dynasty, the Shi and the Shang of China were described as being black with oily skin. We populated the entire world. That's why you find Aborigines in Australia that are what? Black, Africa black. They have straight hair. Because there's two types of Africans, two types of characteristics that came out of Africa. And the people with the curly woolly hair, and there are straight haired Africans too. But this is part of the African family that migrated east. These Dravidians that migrated east to Iran, east into Persia, east into India, becoming those Buddhas. But they went further east into China, east into Australia. So the African family is vast, right? When you come to the Americas, these Olmecs, and this is why we got to start producing our own literature, right? These are those Olmecs. This is what they're finding. This is the first high civilization in the Americas, right? And what are the scholars saying? That they spoke a Mandee language. They spoke a Mandee language, right? Historian, linguist, and translator Leo Werner of Humboldt University of Berlin was the first to, not the only one, but was the first to connect the Olmec writing to the Mandee people in volume 3 of his book, Africa and the Discovery of America. Why aren't they teaching this in the classrooms? Why are we still hearing about this murderer, Christopher Columbus, right? These colonists, these murderers. Why aren't we hearing about the Africans and their discovery of America, written by Leo Werner, who connected the Olmec writing to the Mandee script? Come on now. What do they say about these Olmecs? They were the first civilization of the Americas, and the later Amerindian cultures and technology descend from Olmec culture and technology, right? This means their sciences, their education was passed down. The name Olmec means rubber people in the Aztec language, meaning the Olmecs didn't call themselves Olmecs, right? The Olmecs called themselves Shi, Just like China's first dynasty, the Shi people.